I'm going to start with standing position. Good morning, all. I'm very happy to have an opportunity to teach at IULM. I actually taught this university several years ago, more on strategic marketing. And this course is also designed for strategic marketing, but more on research. So this part is more in quantitative marketing research part. So for the next 5 days, including today, you will experience what the research is, and we all together go through with your research projects. So it's not just one-side lecture. It is co-teaching together with you and me. And I actually monitor the whole process. Is that fine with you? Okay, yes. Before I start out, let me start with my introduction. And again, this is the title of class, Marketing, Research, and Hospitality and Tourism Organizations. This is my name, Sean Jang, or Su-Chong Jang. Parenthesis is actually an American nickname. When I first taught in the States with my name, Su-Chong, not a lot of my colleagues want to call my name because this is difficult to pronounce. But after adopting American nickname, they start to call me. So I keep maintaining both Su-Chong and Sean. And I'm teaching at Purdue University in the United States. I'm a full professor of that university. Started to teach there in 2005. Anybody know this city? Chicago, yes. The Chicago is the nearest city that Purdue University is located. Actually, university is about 2 hours away from Chicago. So this is actually called Millennium Park, where President Obama delivered a speech when he was selected as a president. On the way to Purdue, we see a lot of this. What is it? Corn. Yes, it's a cornfield. So area that Indiana and Illinois and Ohio, well, that area is called Corn Belt. Yes, please come in. Yes. Yeah. So I think this corn feed cows in Italy too. You see, the corn is a basic material for cow's food and pig's food. Yes. So maybe this will help your body as well, indirectly. And you see a lot of beautiful sceneries while you're driving the evening time, like this. And all of a sudden, in about 2 hours, you see university. And this is the bird's-eye view of the university. And this is the left-hand side of the building is quite historic building. It's about 150 years old. Of course, compared to Italian history, 150 years is nothing, but 150 in Midwest area of the United States, it's a phenomenal building that we are still maintaining this building and use it. One of my classes held here at third floor, this first building of Purdue University. But my office is right here, right inside. More contemporary building, which Marriott donated for us. So it's called the Marriott Hall. So I'm actually teaching at the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. And I'm teaching more on finance, strategic management, and research method for doctorals and masters as well. It's me. Look like the same? It's really me, yes. But the best picture of I think, but some people told me, well, your real figure is better than your picture. So, do you agree? I can hear you. Yeah. All right, good, yes. So, very brief introduction of myself, which is, I was actually born in Seoul, Korea, and long ago. Then I got engineering degree, a bachelor's. Then I got master's degree in business, international business in the US. And then another master's in tourism and doctorals in tourism and hospitality management at Purdue University. And because I was born in Seoul, Korea, we have military obligation. So at that time, we have to serve at least 3 years. For now, it's like less than 2 years. And because I chose Air Force, because it looked like their uniform is more generous as a military personnel. And also it looked like green. You see the green color? I like it. Yeah. So Air Force's green color attract me. So I chose Air Force officer, which is longer than soldier level. So 3.5 years service as a planning officer. Then also, after finishing my MBA, I work at LG Merchant Bank, which is international business, which we call IB areas. So quite some time. Then I returned back to academia. And so I taught at, after finishing my doctoral degree, I started to teach at Kansas State University. Kansas State is another very, how can I say, it's a state with a lot of country culture, and which is middle of nowhere. And then I moved back to Purdue in 2005 as a professor. And my research is like this. I'm going to sit and I'll show you. Yes. So my research that I allow you to taste a little bit is marketing field and also consumer behavior and corporate strategies. How you can successfully attract visitors and customers. And service management. And because I was working in investment banking industry, still working on some finance strategy issues too. The professor's work is not just teaching. The teaching is just one part. Primary component of the faculty, especially for professor of Purdue University, which we call research university, as a main function is a research. Teaching is just probably 1 or 2 courses a semester. That's it. So this is very special case that that I accept the invitation and come. I came last night around 10 p.m. after 24 hours travel from cornfield. And this time it's about like 3:30 in the morning. So I feel a little dizzy this morning. And so especially I need your response and more active response so that I could wake up and still teach, right? Okay. So a lot of research is going on and consulting is going on and a lot of the activities among scholars, which is evidence of citation, is also going on. So there are a lot of different leagues, not between professor and students, but among scholar and scholar. Different services of this kind related to research. So again, the reason that I say yes about this is IULMs and directors want me to share a little bit about research experience and then monitor how you can do research. So it is not just lecture. I know before me you took a class about statistics a little bit and research method. Yes, that will help. That will help. I'll briefly touch on that point, but how to integrate or apply this statistics or methodology into real research setting is another. So my part is the second part. So assuming that you know this basic statistics, all right? Okay. So objective of this course, like I said, this course is designed to acquaint you research design and research method that are used in hospitality and tourism business setting. So again, don't think, oh, I took many courses before and this is just one of that many courses. Hope you do not think that way. This is just very hands-on and practical. And I want you to think, I want to spend time more on this full 1 week, because 1 week is not enough. We teach these doctoral students for 4 years and 5 years, and this is just taste a little bit, okay? But that a little bit is very important for your future career. Some of you will become a hotel and restaurant manager in the future or executive. And if you think this, which means how to apply this idea to real business setting, is totally different from those who are managed intuitively. Intuitively means just using your common sense. So we're not talking about common sense. We're talking about science. Okay? So after this, I want you to turn your mindset from common sense person to science-based person. Are you ready to do that? Someone in the back? Can you see me? Yes. Okay. It's all up to you. Those who want to gain more and more, you can do it, and you can get it. If you want to be shy and close your mind, you won't get much. So totally depends on you. So not me. I'll do my best. And then use me as your resources. I'll walk around. If you want, I can show up in the afternoon after class because I was here. I'm here because I'm going to help you. So if you want, I will show up. I can help anytime because I'm staying in residence. Okay? So my time here is your time. Okay. So please get as much as you can. Ask me as much as you can. And if you have anything, let me know. As far as I know, I will answer that question. Again, especially for research, well, I'm one of those who are invited many different places, but I only accept few places only during summer, because I have to do my best for my university during regular semester. I just finished my spring semester. That's why it's possible. Just finished. I finish a grade and come to here. So that's the only time. Otherwise, you won't see me. So please use that. It's your term now. Okay, so specifically what we're doing is quantitative research method. It's a quantitative, not qualitative. Sometimes summarize what you read in academic journals into your own summary is, some people call it qualitative research. We're not doing that this time. We are focusing more on how we are going to use our data and data analysis techniques and then how to interpret those. And even before that, thinking about design concept. How we are looking at whole picture of research. So we're going to use this as a base textbook. We're going to read a few chapters, which is good for your foundation of forming a research. And also some of this part will be used for your exam. I'm still thinking about exam for your first year, right? First year should not be very difficult. So I'll probably On the way to here, I was thinking that I will probably make it as not easier, as friendly as possible. All right? Okay. But let me keep thinking about that, because our exam is later. I'll talk about schedule later. What will it do? Do you have copies of syllabus? Syllabus? No? Okay. Let me see. Let me see. This is the syllabus we're given to you. I wrote it, but I want you to read yourself. Yeah. This is what we're going to do. Syllabus specific items that we're going to cover today for 3 hours. We already started introduction, and then we're going to work on research process and research questions. In research world, what kind of research question have been asked? We're going to scan very quickly on this, very quickly. And brief cycle of research design. I'm going to talk about it. And then I'm going to form teams here. We have about 20, we actually have 28. Today, I'm not sure we have all students in class. But anyway, we're going to make teams. Team-based activity is very important for a whole week and even after finishing this week, because your project report is due on Sunday. So if you leave early, then you have to submit early. Yeah. So anyway, so we're going to make a team, and then we walk together on each step by step. But you have to be very proactive, okay? Otherwise, you will be lose very quickly. Okay? So I will give you warning at the beginning. So if you are lost, you have to catch up pretty quick. It's just 1 week, maybe just few days. Done. So very quick. So maintain your attention. Otherwise, and you lost very quick. So even eye contact, I still see eye contact is the most important part. Attention. The reason that I say the first and second line of this class, you already got priority of getting good grade, is because is this attention. So please. So if you're not contact me and I keep tracing your eyes. If not, I keep asking question to you. Everything is part of your grade. Everything is going to be part of grade. Again, it's not for me, it's for you, right? I came here to help you. All right, next one. So second day is more technical things about samplings and questionnaire design. We're going to make questionnaire together, and you guys present all of this very quickly and very fast pace. And then data collection, yes, even it is like 50, still I won't do that. It's first, I know it's very intensive, but there's no other way. Okay. We need to make it everything intensive and still make it happen. That way you will learn. So I will warn everything up front. So you have to be ready. You have to be ready on this. But you will learn. And write very briefly about research proposal. I'll talk about very briefly. And then each day, very brief presentation or talk or discussion. Third day, Wednesday, I'm going to briefly touch on this, all things that you learn, not maybe some of this. You learn ANOVA, regression, t-test, you learn that? So how these are apply to your research. Okay? Very briefly. Maybe a little practice of SPSS, a little bit then. Yeah, a little bit, because it's a good quick review of what you have learned. Okay. All right. Then Thursday, we have quick exam, maybe less than an hour, maybe an hour. If I give you, use this data and do it, then it will take an hour. I haven't decided my mind yet. So finally, Friday. Friday is a big day. We only have 3 hours. So we have 28 students. So if one team consists of 3 students or 4 students, our team number is probably 7 to 9, right? 7 to 9, somewhere between that. If I give you about 10, 15 minutes presentation, and Friday is all gone with that. And of course, I need wrap up, which is quick summary of what we have learned. Right? And then also, you need to write it up together as a team. So Sunday is like your team project paper is due. So all things from Monday till Sunday, full 1 week, full 1 week. So these are the big picture. So largely speaking, we are going to start today after streaming. We're going to do real thing. And then Wednesday, I expect a quick main point of presentation, which include objectives and your research questions and questionnaire. Friday is main presentation. Okay? Yeah. All right. So next one. Again, textbook is this. Let's talk about team project. This is the primary part. Alicia, I want you to share this syllabus with the students.
Sorry?
I want you to share this syllabus with the students, and then, yeah, yes, yes.
For the 1-year master and 2-year master in
yes,
community,
please,
this morning or
yes.
this early afternoon, so you're going to find it by today.
Thank you, yes. Let's read this carefully. Again, main part of this lecture is making this project together. Each of you, your team. Each team member have to contribute. And I'll ask each team member's contribution at the end by email. You will evaluate each other. I trust that. Don't talk within the team, all right? Everything is secret or confidential to your team members. It's your own evaluation. All right. So this project, again, after this 1 hour, your team consists of 3 or 4 members. I want to mix. Mix means there are 2 different groups here. I know there's 1-year master and 2-year masters. 2-year master is 18 students. 1-year master is only 10 students. So each team has at least 1 student from 1-year master, at least 1. Okay? So that way you can do whatever you can do. Okay? And after this, again, your team project paper is due Sunday night. Yes. I won't do this like midnight because you still have time to sleep. Right? Yes. 10 is fair enough. Okay. And the PPT is due when? Friday. Friday before your presentation. I know some of you are working in overnight and then come to class, that's fine. Before, at least 30 minutes before our class starts. Yes. Send it to me by email. My email is this. Jang12, which is 12, at Purdue.edu. Everybody got it? Jang12 at Purdue.edu. Education, edu. All right, let's look at 4 compositions of this project. Of course, 3 and 4 are the main part. 1 and 2, you already done it before for other marketing course and strategic management course. So choose your own company. It could be a hotel in downtown. It could be a restaurant forms in anywhere. And the good thing, what I expect, is once you decide it, assuming that you are director or CEO of that company, that are thinking that how to make our business better, how to more effectively marketing our activities. So assuming that that's your objectives, then first and second part is a basic introduction about those. 3 and 4 are the main part because that's directly related with this course, which is methodology. And once you are making research objective, for example, we wanted to improve customer satisfaction about breakfast of our hotel. Well, your hotel provided not only room, but also, let's say, foods. And early in the morning, you have small buffet. And then it's a free breakfast. So customers have huge complaint about this breakfast, which is free, but its quality is not super good. So if you want to make this happen, which is improve the quality of breakfast, and first you want to identify what's the customer's complaint and what the customer's needs, right? So searching that and what's your suggestions. To do that, you have to specify your problems. First, we want to provide it hot foods. Then you have test 2 different menus and then check customer responses of each, how good they are, how bad they are. You compare those and then maybe compare customers' evaluation of different menus, and you compare this using a t-test to compare those groups. And how big difference? So methodology is something like that. You are targeting your own objective based on the problem, and then you're also designing this research, and you set up your own research variables, analysis. And once you find result, and then interpret that and make suggestions. That kind of patterns. So methodology is kind of design, and task 4 is interpret that and then report it. So 3 and 4 are the main point. Again, all these are going through this 1-week period. Yes, see ya. So these are the detailed guidelines about research report, how long, what kind of formats. So I want you to read this carefully. Another one, individual participation is very important. if you are looking at details of grading of this course, one is research part, your presentation and research project. Presentation is 40 points, including your contents quality about PPT, and also written report quality, 60%. And then your exam, 100. Two more components here. Because we are doing team project, teamwork, each of you are representative of your team. And I'm going to evaluate both. One, as a team, the team contributions about discussions, about how active, even looking at your eye contacts, attitudes. At the same time, your own individual contribution, which is individual class participation. So it's all together. It's all together. So for now, I'm very happy because except for one student, all of you are watching me. Oh, no, two. Now two, yes. So if you're not seeing me, you already got some discount. Yes. Very fair. I have all pictures here. I have all pictures. I have all pictures. I have all pictures here. So you probably question on this, but I'm ready to do that. I know how to play. I taught it here. It was very successful. Okay, so you spend money and time for this period. I want to return on this. Okay, use me anyway. So attendance is required. So if you are missing class, your attendance will reduce that much. Even that influences discussion. So attendance is not just a small part. It influences discussion and participation attendance. All right. So I'm going back. That's our syllabus part. Again, like I said, attendance is required. And I want you to read this as well. This will be on your website. In policies, you like these cuties sleeping? Yeah, I like this kind of sleeping, like not in class, but. So attitude is important. Mobile phone use and reading non-course materials, engaging in chatting and sleeping and whatever influences all that. I know this is a master's course, but still, your attitude influences yourself and your learning level as well. Okay. This is one that I want to stress as well. When you report your research, plagiarism is the most important part these days. We are stressed in academia. And I know many of you are using Googling things, sometimes copying some expressions as all, and that's not possible in academia. You know that. So I want to say this more, but plagiarism, think about it. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, I'm going to start my second part here. All right. Are you ready to go? Yep. We're going to run very fast, so fasten your seatbelt. Okay. All right, research. Research. When we are talking about research, even elementary school students say they are doing research. I chat with fourth grade elementary school students. Yes, please come in. Yeah, please come. And before this, and that small kids say, I have a research project this summer. What is it? oh, I need to research on 16th century's European architect. Wow. Is that your research project? Yes. So what do you want to do? And he said, oh, I want to Googling all of this. Oh, yeah, Googling. Yeah. European architect. And then they find a beautiful building, right? And put it somewhere and save it and report it. Oh, yeah. Finding those beautiful buildings is a research project. I don't disagree on that. That's another level of research. What we're saying is information gathering, right? Information gathering is part of research. Yes. Whether it is right or wrong, it is research. But our level should be more objective. At that level, it's very subjective. You grab anything beautiful and then report it. They say, this is 16th century European architect. But it's very just one side of that history. But what we want is more objective, that can be verifiable. So to do that, we have to learn, and also, once you learn this, we have to share it. So our research covers very wide range, not only searching and gathering, but also analyzing, interpreting, and sharing. Whole process is called research. So what I expect is all of this whole process. To do that, we have to plan very carefully. Careful planning and executions. We have to think about why we're doing it. We have to have specific goal or objective. If you're doing research, you have to have clear goal or objective. Like this elementary school students say, 16th century European architect. Of course, it is one objective, but it's very broad, right? Very broad. And what country? And Europe is a huge part in 16th centuries. Of course, there are some cultures out there. And for us, if you want to set up a company or make a decision about a company, and then what's their problem? First, you need to identify their problem. Once you identify the problem, if you are a CEO, you have to, any plan to do that, right? Plan to do that. So you want to answer those. If my plan works, fine. If you execute this way. So you have to have a clear plan, and my research want to answer that plan, whether that plan is going to work or not. So it's not just broad data gathering issues. Data gathering means you don't know what's going to happen. Simply collecting information and summarize it, that's not research. It's just one small part of research. We want to cover is we want to answer very clearly. I'll talk about those examples later. Especially for marketing research. You know, any area have its own research. History have its research. Sociology has its own agenda. Psychology has its own agenda. Even biology, physics, everything. But how about marketing research? Marketing research, common pattern is this. Information gathering and managers' problems and finding an issues and then finding solutions to that issues and then also implement that idea, especially for marketing related fields, marketing-related fields. In my career, I have two different agendas. One is marketing-related fields, and the other is finance and strategic management. But I would say that's all connected, because if you have financially capable, you can do a lot more aggressive marketing activities. And if you have more aggressive marketing activity, many times it has better return. So it will help the financial stability. And the financial stability also reinforces your marketing activity as well. So this is kind of circular, positive way. Okay. So I'm still hoping that connection is possible. So when we're talking about marketing research's role, there are three different divisions. One is descriptive. Descriptive is like this. Let's say our hotel has three functions. One is room-related. Another is F&B, food and beverage related. And the other is other service related. Even our hotel have golf course, different type of service. Because our hotel is resort hotel. And then we also evaluate customer satisfaction. We can also evaluate customers' intention to return. Right? Intention to return. So return. I want to measure this. I want to measure. So I make a questionnaire. And so when they check out, I ask to fill this. And I collected about 200 responses on this. And I asked them to measure out of 1 to 5 scale. 1 is least positioned. 5 is highest. So for example, when I ask you evaluate what's the quality of room, and then people say, oh, 5. That means I am really satisfied about this, extremely satisfied about that. If it is 1, I feel this is totally mess. Satisfaction level? Well, I'm extremely satisfied, 5. I'm not satisfied at all is 1. Revisit intention. I want to definitely come back is 5. I never come back here is 1. So thinking of 1 to 5, and 3 is neutral, right? 3 neutral means if it's 3, I'm not really positive. Also, I'm not negative, right? So it's just in the middle. If you are checking this and calculate mean or arithmetic mean, mean is average, right? Average tendency. Let's say 200 responses. I measure everything. Let's say room is like 3.6, F&B 4.2, golf is like 2.7. Satisfaction level is 3.5, revisit intention is 3.3. if you are only having these average patterns, you're also looking at different patterns by travel purpose. Can you do that? Some people coming here for small convention business purpose. Some people visit here for pure leisure purpose. They want to spend time and take relaxation here. Depending on the purpose, this average could change or different. Make sense? All right. So let's look at that from that perspective. Descriptive is gathering and presenting statement of fact. For example, if someone asks you, what is customer satisfaction level of your hotel? Then I'm going to say what? I'm going to say, Valeria? Okay, so, attentions, yes. I'm going to say, if someone asks you, what is a hotel's customer satisfaction level? Then?
I will answer 3.5.
3.5, yes.
Because I have made the mean
Yes.
of the 3 variables.
If someone asks you, what is your hotel customer's intention to return level? 3.3. So we know customers' average tendency, right? After experiencing this. This is basic information about your customers. We call this as descriptive information. Descriptive information. It's all very descriptive. If you are calculating this by gender, by age group, by travel purpose, all this information is descriptive, which is not predicting anything yet. It's just basic information about that category. It's just, we call descriptive information. In comparison, diagnostic. Now I am think about hospital. Doctors, before doctors looking at it, doctors reading all numbers. You see this? If you're going to the hospital and if hospitals check your health condition in general, health checkup, and there are a lot of different tests, blood tests and chest x-rays and all different. And even out of blood tests, and you have like 20 different indicators, you know indicators? And then there are different numbers. There are different numbers. All different numbers means descriptive. Now, doctors reading this, they connect those numbers. You know that? They connect those numbers. Diagnostic? Yes. Oh, you have very low in this indicators, and then you have low in this indicator, so you might have a chance of problems of your liver or your heart. You know what I mean? So now we are looking here, diagnostic. I'm not just saying return rate is 3.3. I might say this way, well, return rate is 3.3, slightly even less than satisfaction. And why this is way low than 4, way low than 5? This is just above middle. Maybe I have concern of different quality. Think of this. Compared to this, you see that? So if you are a CEO of this hotel, CEO in the hotel. Second last person on this line. Lady before your glasses. Those not contacting my eyes? No. This line, this line, this line. Yes. No, not you. Yes. So I want your diagnostic evaluation of this about return rate. No, left. To your left. Yes. So we have 3.3 here. And these are all the other indicators. So you as a doctor, what are you going to make a diagnosis of this? Your consultants say return intention is way low. So what do you want to say? We don't know for sure, but at least from this descriptive analysis, descriptive information, say anything. It's good.
Can we provide some help and other data?
I can do that later.
No. Meaning to our colleagues' proposal or statement, can we add something?
After this. After this. Yes. First, what's your answer? Again, it's a good. But you're a consultant, and from my experience as a hotelier, and this is not good enough. It's slightly over 3. So if I test it, one sample t-test, and this is not statistically different from 3. You know my point? Did you learn that? My t-test was this. My t-test for return 3.3, is this significantly different from 3? And then I say, from my test, let's say this is not significant. Did you learn that, right? Not significant. That means, statistically speaking, 3.3 is the same as 3. Statistically. Even though it is look like 3.3, t-test is not significant. That means this is almost like 3. So that means customers' intention to return is like nothing. It's just like, no, they don't want, they are neutral. And then the others. So say me anything. You are in charge of that hotel. And your department directors want to hear from you. Give me direction. Any explanation? Okay, now help. Anybody help? Yes.
I would say actually that if you look at the data, so the best one is food and beverage.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4.2. The worst one, the rooms are not very good, but the worst one is the services.
Okay.
And it means that the services that we offer are not the right one for our
Mm-hmm.
audience.
Excellent.
That's why people doesn't want to return. It could be an answer matching data.
Excellent, excellent. I want to hear from this information. If you are intuitive manager or executive, with this data, even descriptive data, well, t-test is almost 3.0, statistically close to 3.0. And then other indicator, which is influential factor, is important. So thinking of that, this might influences this, or this, or both. So we have a hunch, we have a feeling like this. Make sense? But still, we're not sure yet. Why? We didn't test it yet. We didn't. If I were you, I suggest let's test it. How? I'm going to use regression I'm going to use regression. Y equals x1, x2, x3. Y is return intention. X is room. X2, what? F&B. X3, what? Service. So I tested, let's say this way. I have room service, significant. 3, significant. Third, not significant. Let's interpret this. Okay. I'll see you later. Yes, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, let's interpret this. Unlike our expectation, again, your suggestion is very good because we have feeling that maybe service contribute or make revisit intention low. But our result is this. And how do we interpret this case? Which is different from our expectation? Or is this wrong? Anybody? It's an interesting research question too. Well, we have this. We have this. Yes?
What if people value the service as poor because they do not use it? We do not know if they're going to share it or not.
Very good point. And who else?
What did you say? What if the service is valued as poor because people do not use it while they are in our hotel?
Excellent. It could be this way. Why? Because what we are saying is static level. 2.7 is just average, overall average. But think about those who are not using this golf course. Thinking of those who are, well, others are fine, but golf courses are not really good. But the feeling that quality of golf course is not good won't evaluate my intention to return. You know what I mean? If I'm a business travelers, well, I play golf Sunday, but mostly I am very satisfied with other services during whole week stay. So I want to come back. But if I ask to evaluate golf course quality, I have to say this is low. But I still want to come back because rooms and F&Bs are good for me. Make sense? So even your static level of 2.7 is low, so you might have feeling that that maybe influences the return intention. It might not be that way. You know what I mean? Yes, question.
Excuse me, but if I don't use a service, how could I evaluate it? Or are they once used and then stop?
Well, those who are not evaluating is blank, so that one influences this return intention, but those who use during Sunday, they do influences this, but still they evaluate this very high. So that means if many of them are evaluating that way, low evaluation of golf service won't evaluate their return intention. Okay? So for those, all these are important, but that's not quite influential. So these are what? Predictive. We are looking at predictive research. This is our goal. What are the main factors, main determinants? That's what we want to see. That's the direction. For your project, I want that too. Just descriptive mean values high and low or something, that's not enough. Why? Because the result came out this way. Make sense? Any further question? Yes.
So our goal also in our project
Mm-hmm.
is to go back to the very beginning to the very reason of our results.
Yes.
We have to go back and back and back till the beginning.
Not meaning back. What are the main determinants?
Yeah.
We want to understand real causes.
Okay, that's what.
Okay? Yes. Real causes. Just like this. All right. That's one of very important part of this project and also research in general. In general, that's our goal. So, generally speaking, our research goal, before we finish up this first part, I just do it very quickly on this. In general, each of us have different purpose and objective. But as a whole, we as a scholar, we want to understand overall market first. That's our goal. Maybe not your goal for your project, but our overall goal. We understand how this market changes. Market segment changes. But we also understand consumer behavior changes. It's changed over time. We want to understand those. So ultimately, we want to manage our organization or market more efficiently. So there are a few steps, several steps to achieve that goal. First of all, we have to identify a research problem or research question. If you're looking at overall market, there could be issues or problems about market. If you are targeting specific company, just like your project, and that company has its own problem, right? Own problems. Or anything they want to improve. Anything they want to improve. I know second-year master programs are also focused on theories. Theory is very important to explain a phenomenon. So if possible, if there is some theories that can cover those, but that's not required for this course because it's mixed with first and second masters. But at least we want to see whole plan, specific plan about your research project, specific variables, specific research method, analysis method, sampling targets, and the result, and analysis and interpretation as well. So how do we decide then our project? Overall, if you are second year master program, for your future research, or I don't know, you have a thesis, then again, choose subject that interests you. That's one thing. Why? If you are just given a project topic by your professor, wow, I just do it, but not for your aspiration, but yes, just you have to, just you want to graduate. Then you easily disconnect that. But we want you to keep doing this. Or if you have no idea of what to do, and then look at industry trend. Sometimes online magazine helps. Even to me, I'm checking lodging magazine and restaurant magazines online. It's free. if you register it, they send us. And all those up-to-date issues, I want to monitor. And sometimes I attended conference of industry professionals, and I chat with them. They ask me consulting project, and I respond to that too. So in return, I learn from them as well, even though I give them my advice. Sometimes your course help. Sometimes if you read academic journals, that help. And also chatting with your professor help as well. So what's updated issues for you? So for your team's interest, you need to discuss within your team, right? And then talk about it and set up a company or choose a company that you know of. That's better. Or if you can search anyone close here physically, that will help. Because you can chat with those managers pretty quick, within a day or two. Okay, so that's for the day for first hour of first day. And for the second hour, I'm going to give you a little time to form your team. And after this streaming, I'll talk about those a little bit. All right, thank you very much first. Okay, so taping was over.